Today we are going to be making some baked potatoes and a sweet potato, and we're going to show you a little trick to have all these come out perfect every single time. The deal is normally, like say when you bake a baked potato, is you'll poke it with a fork so you can get down in and bake it. But a sweet potato, this thing is hard as a rock, so you can't get the penetration with a fork. What I like to use is one of these corn cob hookers, and what we're going to do is we're going to scrub these down, and I use the Scotch-Brite doobie, however you pronounce it, and scrub them clean because I like to eat the whole thing, right? Okay, and then after we get through cleaning those, we're going to come back and we're going to poke holes in them all the way to the max depth on that, so we get a good penetration in there, and then we're going to microwave them for 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and clean those up. I'm going to pause the video while I do that. I'm just going to scrub these up real good and get all the dirt and stuff off of them. All right, we got our potatoes cleaned up. I'm going to remove this end right here so it doesn't poke through the aluminum foil, and remove that. And then what we'll do is we'll take our parchment paper and put it on our tray that's going into the oven, and move that for a second. We're going to use Reynolds wrap. We're using the heavy duty because we're going to be opening this up and closing it back a few times, so we want it to stay intact. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this stuff it all the way in, get a good penetration about 10 times on each side. If you're counting, that probably wasn't 10, but okay. That was 10, okay. This one's going to be 7 or 8. Alright. Now. God. Yeah, see, there's no way you could get a fork in there. We're going to poke this probably more than 10 times on each side. Yeah, that's the reason most baked sweet potatoes don't turn out, because you can't get the penetration with a fork. Because of the density in this sweet potato, we're going to do it a lot more than 10 times. For those of you who are counting, you have to let me know down in the comments below how many times it took to do the sweet potato. Alright, we're going to put this in the microwave on high for 5 minutes as is. Heavy duty Reynolds wrap, and get us some little squares here. Yeah, and I recommend it. Whatever type you like to use, I like Reynolds. You definitely want to get heavy duty because we're going to be opening this and closing it back a few different times. Alright, now on the hot sweet potato, we're just going to roll them up like that and just kind of, not really hard closed, but just wrap them up like that. Woo! That's hot. We're going to make some candy wrappers. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing. Let's put it right here in the middle of the camera. Yeah, just like so. Wrap it up. Not really, not real tight, just like that. Ooh, hot potato. All right, and then we're going to bake those, all three of them, for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I'll put the instructions down below. But we're going to bake those for 40 minutes, and we'll come back and we will butter them up and then cook them up for another 20 minutes after that. Alright, we're taking this out of our 350 degree oven, and we are going to, these are very hot, obviously, so don't touch them with the bare hands. So yeah, don't do what I say, not what I do. So we're going to take these out. Like I said, we want to do the heavy duty foil, so when we rewrap it, we don't have to use extra foil. Like I said, these are 350 degrees. Don't be touching them with your bare hands. You use your oven mitts, but that's for you to do. This tray is very hot, so I'll use this to move it around. And for some reason, the sweet potato will be a little hotter. Look at that. Look at that. Look how pretty that is already. And that juice that's in the bottom, we're going to leave that there. Okay? And what we're going to do is take our knife and gently slice right down here. Okay, so this is already getting soft. Right? We're going to slice these. And don't start at the very end. Start just right about there, because you want to keep that together. Just like that. Okay, right there. Look at that. Oh man, look at that. Already soft. Okay, now you're going to want to use your gloves, your mitts, to open these up a little bit. Mine got chewed on by the dog, but after I washed it, of course. We're just going to take that, we're going to shove gently like that to open those up. Like that. Like I said, and that liquid that's down there, you want to keep that. We want to keep all that steaming in its own juice there. Okay, now for the baked potatoes, we're just going to put some butter, but the sweet potato, we're going to put some brown sugar, just about 3 teaspoons. Three spoonfuls, not teaspoons, sorry, in there. Okay, see, it's already starting to melt a little bit. Okay, we're going to take our butter and we're going to cut some little pats here. And we're just going to set that right on top. When you do this, be careful not to touch the baked potato because it is very hot. We're going to shove those down in there on all 3. You want to try to do this kind of quickly so it doesn't start melting and running out the side. That's why we don't cut it all the way down the side like that, so we have a little gulch to work with. Okay, I'm going to shove those down in there like that. Okay, now you're going to want to use your gloves again, your oven mitts, I keep calling them gloves, to wrap these back up. Alright, like I said, do what I say, not what I do, because I do things differently. This time we're not going to roll them on the end, we're just going to fold them up like that. Like I said, these potatoes themselves and this tray is still very, very hot, so be careful. Yeah, so this potato is very hot, burning my fingers. Okay. Alright. We're going to stretch this out just a little bit, but because we're using heavy duty foil, we can do that without it tearing up too much. Okay, we're going to have to move this. Like I said, this is very hot, so be careful. going to shove that together just a bit, like that, and fold them over. And we're going to put these back in there for 20 more minutes. And while we do that, we're going to cook up our steaks and our sides. But that's it. You just cook those up for another 20 minutes. When the timer goes off, your 20-minute timer, 15-20 minute timer goes off, you can just cut your oven off and leave them in there till you're ready for them. And then you can set them on the plate or whatever with something that's you know, these I'll put these rubbery rubbery oven mitts on there that are washable. You just rinse these off. But yeah, this is the way you want to go. That way you don't get your cloth oven mitts sticky. All right, and that's how you do it. And then those will come out. They're already pretty dang nice looking. It's a little different angle here, but we're going to take out this sweet potato. Oh, that's not it. Like I said, this came out of the oven, 350 degrees, so be very careful. It's very hot, and use protection. But look at that. Look at that. Woo! We're going to try to get it into. We're just going to put it right there for a second. And we're going to use some tongs or something. Let's see. How about... yeah, I recommend using tongs or something. Not just a paper towel. Because you're going to burn yourself. Woo! But look at that. That is a pretty baked potato with butter and brown sugar in there. Yum, yum, yum. All right, there we go. We're going to add some steak and some okra on here with some beans and have us a good meal. All right.